All right, Spencer Lewis here for the Sunset Speedway YouTube page. I'm here with the driver of the returning number 11 in the Living Late Model Division, Mr. Excitement, Chris Morrow. And Chris, I'm sure a lot of guys are awfully happy to see you back when the old hauler pulled into the pits this afternoon. Welcome back, my friend.
Well, it's good to be back, and it's good to see all my friends again.
Now, crazy incident in turn 4 a couple of weeks ago, coming to the checkered. How much of that did you see? Obviously, from where you were sitting, it certainly happened awfully quickly. How much of it did you see?
Well, definitely, got a tap, and I was kind of expecting that. We were racing pretty hard, but the tap just never let out. It just kind of continued on through the corner, and things just never let up. So we never got a chance to get a hold of the car again, and I ended up where I ended up.
Now, to have that kind of impact, I mean, would that rate right up there with one of the hardest licks you've ever taken in a race car?
You know, we were talking about that just the other day, and I've taken some good hits, and that's right up there. It was, the car couldn't have went any more straight on into the wall, and I was sideways one way, and then trying to correct it, and then got directed in the other direction, and it stopped hard enough to the motor come right out of the car.
Now, what kind of physical impact did that have on you? Like the next day waking up?
Believe it or not, I was expecting my neck to be sore, and it wasn't all that bad, but I was bruised between my thighs, I think from being driven down into the seat. Ribs were a little sore, but it healed up pretty fast. Thank God we got good safety equipment in our car, and well-built car. All the precautions that could be taken were taken, and we put them to the test.
Obviously, the million-dollar question is how much damage was done to this car by the time you had it home and really taken apart and got to see how much was done to it?
Well, it probably needs a clip. We don't have the time or want to spend the money on putting a clip on. We'll take that money and buy a new car. But the timing is just not right for it. We straightened it up the best we could, and there was so much stuff. It's bent right from the front bumper to the back bumper. There's just so much little stuff that's bent. So much stuff that you don't see that's bent until you start bolting new stuff onto it, and just time consuming. We worked on it from the Sunday after till an hour ago, and we already just come off the track, and it's awesome.
Relatively, incredibly quick recovery when you consider how rough the car looked when it went into the trailer a couple of weeks ago. How many man hours, if you could estimate, went into the car to get it back this afternoon?
Well, we had 4 guys on the thing. Basically for 2 weeks. We had thank God we had a Monday, a holiday there. We worked on the thing all day long there. Through the week we would work, after work for 4 or 5 hours. 4 guys. There's probably $5,000 worth of hours if you were to take it to somebody, and it's just time consuming and frustrating.
Now, why don't you go ahead and, you have one of the most dedicated crews in the industry. We knew that beforehand, but you really put them to the test these last couple of weeks. Why don't you go ahead and thank some of them for me?
Lori and Phil, my dad, CRS Rentals, Morrow Electric, they're there 100%.
Now, what's the plan for the rest of 2012 after missing the last week?
You know what? My biggest thing right now is to get through tonight. So far, it looks like things are going to be okay. We're going to be able to, I think, give it a full polar race in here. We're geared up to, believe it or not, come here tomorrow and race. I would really like to partake in those 4 races. I think my points thing might be shot for the year, but we're going to give it a shot. Everybody's going to have a bad day here or there. If we can capitalize on those, we'll see where we end up. But we're going to try and have some fun right now.
Chris, it's great to see the 11 back. I'm happy to hear that you weren't nearly as banged up as you were maybe afraid that you were going to be. Back at the racetrack after only a week off. That's fantastic, man. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks, Spencer. Thanks a lot.